So, okay, season 18 coming up. First of all, it's 5 days a week?
Yeah, our show is 5 days a week.
5 days a week.
Yeah.
An hour format?
Yeah, our format.
Okay. And so how do you tape everything in advance or as the season?
We tape 6 months on, 6 months off, basically. So we just went back the last week in August. We didn't tape last week because of Labor Day, but I go back taping tomorrow. We tape Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We try to tape 12 stories a week.
Oh,
My
wow.
show, we don't tape shows, we tape stories. And then my wife puts them together and makes a show. Mm-hmm. So we try to get anywhere from 10 to 12 stories a week. And then we'll tape now until the first week in March.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I'm sure people are actually curious about the actual details of that. You go in. Is that the first time you're seeing what you're taping that day?
I have no idea.
Preparing at night?
No, I don't prepare at all. Just like when you're a policeman, you don't prepare, right? Like you're sitting in a squad car and, beat 1443, go to 1234 West Division Street, speak to Mrs. Smith. And so you got, okay, I go to Miss Smith. Hey, Miss Smith, what's happening?
Right.
Okay, this is, okay, you take a little notes, okay, and you got a certain amount of time to, solve this.
Sure.
Well, same thing with TV show. Like you got 42 minutes, right? And, my wife, like she'll come into my green room, she'll give me my blue cards, with the people's names, ages on it. And there's like basic questions on there. But I don't even look at the cards.
Right.
Because
you're just letting it unfold.
I've been, ever since I've been a policeman, I know how to interview people.
Right, of course.
I know what I need. I know where I need to go. Now, if I'm not getting there, my wife will pound on the podium. Get there.
Right.
Like she'll redirect me,
right.
But for the most part, she knows I'm going to get to where she wants me to go.
And is it in front of a live studio
Yes.
audience? Every time?
Every time.
And do they ever have to stop the show and...
We never stop filming.
You never stop filming.
Because if it's bad or if it has to be taken out, they do that.
They'll do it later.
But we never stop taping.
Okay. What are some of the things we can expect, some of the topics in season 18?
Well, I know we did a lot. The first week, we did a lot of family members stealing from each other, and we gave everybody lie detector tests. It felt like we did a lot of that the first week. But we did some sexual assault. Listen, everybody, when you launch a new season, like season 18, everybody says, oh, what can we expect this season? Well, it's been on for 18 years. You can expect the same old shit because your core audience, they tune in to expect a certain type of show.
Same old shit, but different storyline each time. Yeah,
because
which makes it
like if you start changing things, you're going to lose your core audience.
Sure.
And our core audience wants people getting justice, finding out the truth. That's what they want to see, and that's what we deliver. And again, like when I say the most popular shows are the ones, unfortunately, would deal with molestation, sexual assault, things of that nature. I like doing cheating stories because they're just so easy to do.
Right.
And they're not so serious. And
right.
I actually, because I'm a wise ass in my real life, I bust balls, I make fun, and I can do that with a cheating story. You can't do that with a sexual assault story. So,
explain lie detector tests to people.
Well, I can only explain that we give them, and I think they're accurate. But the people that we use are like highly trained in it. I think they're very accurate. I don't know the whole science behind it. Like when we had Dan's, he left the show. He's kind of like in semi-retirement. He was fantastic. And, I would always ask him like, how they work. And he would explain it. And basically what it is like when you are telling me the truth about something, you can go into your brain and it's like a replay of what happened.
Sure.
When you're telling a lie, you have to formulate, and when you're formulating, your brain waves have a different than if you're recalling something that you actually know is the truth. So that's how they tell. Now, just to give you an example, so when I started doing my show, like anybody else, I'm a little skeptical how accurate these are, right?
Yeah.
So we had this one story on where a guy had a good friend, a woman, and his wife thought that her husband was sleeping with the friend. He swears he wasn't. His girlfriend, who's a friend, says, no, we're not sleeping together. We are just friends. So they both take the lie detector test. They both fail for sleeping with each other. They swear, oh, this is bullshit. This is a lie. Your lie detector tests are wrong. And they were so adamant about it. I was like,
you got nervous.
Maybe,
Yeah.
you know. So after the show, I told the producer, bring the dude in here, right, into my green room, which I've never done. They bring the guy in. I go, hey, man, between you and me, were you sleeping with her? He goes, oh, yeah, man. He's like, yeah.
Did you get that on camera?
No.
Oh.
No,
So
but
could you not air it?
No, we aired it.
Or you aired it even
We
though they
aired
won't?
it, yeah. So they cry all you want, man. We get those releases, and we're airing it no matter how much you bitch and cry about it. But so there it goes to show me, like, I think they're very accurate.
Right.
Because this guy, oh, no, I swear, it's a lie. And then my girl was like, oh, yeah, man, I've been sleeping with her for years.
That is hysterical.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever flipped the script on you and had you be part of the show and brought in a long-lost relative or, I don't know, anything
God,
crazy?
I'd probably kill somebody if they did that. No.
There's an idea for
well,
your wife.
here's the thing. Like, you know, people say, well, why don't you take a lot of time? I said, because I choose not to.
Right.
And we don't force anybody to come on my show. We don't, and listen, unfortunately, as you know, when you're a public figure, our lives are open to the public.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got DUI.
It's harder to hide
And
things.
guess what? You know, I was on TMZ and all over the place, and it was
Right.
embarrassing. It was embarrassing. I embarrassed my parents. I embarrassed my wife, my children.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing to go through when you screw up, when you're
Right.
a public figure. So it's tough. But like, would I ever go on another talk show? Hell no. Like, no. I like, my personal life is my like, I never understood, like, celebrities, they're coming on, they're talking about, like, what I do sexually with my wife or my husband.
Right.
I would be appalled to talk about what me and my wife do.
Right.
You know?
Well, because there are certain things that are just for you
like,
guys,
you
of
know,
course.
like, why does the public need to know? Like, I share a lot about my life with my kids, like their schooling. We talk, me and my wife, we talk about our relationship, how we met, what we like to do, things like that. But I'm not going to get graphic or, you know, really private details about my personal life.
Right. What are some things since you have been doing all this for the 30 years, I guess, and being famous, that have been things that you really loved? You know, like I know you've gone on different talk shows. Like you were on Wendy Williams, right?
Oh, yeah.
What was that like? I mean, obviously, did you see the documentary about her
Yeah,
right away?
I watched that. It saddened me greatly because, you know, when you do these interviews you go on shows, you're not developing a personal relationship
Sure.
with people. But I did develop kind of a personal relationship with Wendy. Like, we got invited to her 50th birthday party. Me and Wendy are just a few months apart in age, and I would talk to Wendy, and Wendy always treated me really nice, and so I had a personal relationship with her. And I don't watch daytime talk, but I would flip through and I'd watch her show, and I really enjoyed her show.
Yeah.
So it really saddened me to what happened with her, and then like I hate it that people are like, she's a bitch, and you know she's got karma come back to her. What, because you might talk on a TV show and you criticize somebody, you should get karma and that your
Right.
health would deteriorate so terribly and people are stealing from you financially and ruining you? Like, come on, people, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it saddens me, but, you know, doing things like that, you know, through the course of these 30 years, I've done things that I never would have been if I just was a cop. I went to the Kentucky Derby with Jerry. I get to go to the Super Bowl every year when NBC has it. I've traveled just about, you know, all over the world. I am a big sports fan, and I got to meet all my childhood heroes because of the show. And
Yeah.
so I've got to experience many, even moving. Like, I never would have moved away from Chicago. Now I live in Connecticut, and I have a group of friends that are, I'm not going to lie, that are very wealthy, and I get to go to clubs and golf courses that I never would have played if all this didn't happen to me.
Yeah.
And now my son gets to benefit that. Like, when I go to a ball game, we get to go on the field. He gets to meet the players. He's a big Buffalo Bills fan. You get to meet Josh Allen, met Jim Kelly, the Buffalo Bills. Like, if I'm Steve the Cop, none of that happens.
Right. You were telling me earlier you like to play golf every day. What are
golf
some of
every
your future aspirations once season 18 is over?
You know, I'm really simple. Like, someday when my show's over, like I said, all I do is I work out and I golf. That's basically all I do. I'm a pretty boring guy. Like, most people think, like, you know, because I'm on TV and he has money, that I live this crazy lifestyle. I wake up, I golf every day at 8 o'clock in the morning. come home, take a little nap, I work out, and then me and my wife watch TV. And we're empty nesters now. My kids are away in college.
Right.
So we're pretty boring, but, now we have a place in Florida we're very excited about. I have a Wisconsin lake house that I absolutely love going to. It's just a little shack on a lake, but it brings me a lot of peace and a lot of beautiful memories of my kids being small kids there.
That's nice.
But there's nothing, I'm more looking to participate in my children's lives than really expecting much more out of my own.
Right.
Like I want to see where my kids' lives go.
Are they married, or do you want
No,
grandchildren?
they're both in college.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So are you looking forward to grandkids?
Yeah, I miss those as much as I love my kids. When they're real little, those are the best years.
Yeah.
Because, you can tell them anything. You're fooling around with them. They believe everything you say. And, and then you realize that you're pulling their leg and the excitement on their face. Like, when they still believe in Santa. Like,
Right.
Those are special years. And I really am looking forward to that with grandkids, to do that again.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
You said you and your wife sit and watch TV at night. What are some of the favorite things you watch?
We're watching The Perfect Couple right now.
Oh, I
on
watched
Netflix.
it. I watched the whole thing,
Yeah.
all 6 episodes. It was so
we
good.
burned through 3 last
Yeah.
night. We just finished Gangs of London, really violent. So, we watch a lot of stuff like that. But there's a lot of crap. We'll start watching stuff like that Vince Vaughn thing that was on Apple TV, Bad Monkey, or I don't know what it was, but it was terrible.